I'm super happy to show you how you can automate your LinkedIn outreach for free. And for that, we are going to create a sequence of first a LinkedIn connection request and then messages. For that, we use Waalaxy. It's an amazing solution. It's for free, up to 400 invites per month. If you use my affiliate link below, you can access the business plan, which goes up to 2,500 invites per month, and that's a lot. And it works. As you can see here, this is a conversation that I had with one of my clients now. I contacted him on LinkedIn and I told him that I visited his profile and I was curious to hear more about what he does and read his post. And he responded to me. He visited my profile and discovered my services. And we started working together to promote the service of his nonprofit organization, which set up beehives on the property of their clients so they can really act for biodiversity and collect honey with their employees, organize team building activities, and it's a fantastic client that we work with. Today, I'm going to show you a step-by-step tutorial how to set it up. First, we're going to identify your leads using LinkedIn. Second, we will set up the automation tool Waalaxy. Third, we will craft your sequence and your messages. And finally, we will launch your sequence. So why is it super important to, first of all, identify your leads on LinkedIn? Because, of course, you want to precisely target the people who have an interest in your offering. This is super important if you want to get positive reply, if you want people to understand the reason why you contact them. And the number two is also to highly personalize your messages. Extremely important to get replies so that the people you send the message to, they really feel like you crafted those messages for them. What I like about this technique, this method, it's free, up to 400 invites per month with the free plan. And in terms of requirements, well, you need first of all a complete and attractive LinkedIn profile. Yes, people will see your messages, see your LinkedIn connection request, they will visit your profile. So this is very important that you have a LinkedIn profile picture, maybe a cover, that your bio, that the description of your job, everything is completed and very clear. You can also create a LinkedIn company page linked to your profile so that if they are a little bit more curious, they can discover your LinkedIn company page. And also extremely important, you need to know all the attributes of your ideal customer profile, not only on an account level, but also on a lead level. So you're going to be more precise to target your leads. And I'm super happy as well to present to you a business case so it's even more concrete. And I'm going to show you what are the messages from the campaigns we set up with the now client that you just discovered before. Happy Day, the nonprofit organization that we started working with thanks to our campaign on LinkedIn. And then we crafted messages for them so that they could contact their own prospect. And this is what I'm going to be showing you today to give you a little bit more context about their ideal customer profile on an account level. So they contact organization in the French-speaking part of Switzerland with more than 250 employees. At the beginning, we started to target organization active in finance, banking, and so on, because there are a lot of banks in the French-speaking part of Switzerland. And on a lead level, we had three different types of ICP: people working in corporate social responsibility, people working in human resources, and CEOs. But today, I'm going to show you the messages we crafted for human resources. And to identify precisely your leads, we are going to use the filters from LinkedIn. They're okay, but I would strongly recommend using Sales Navigator to have not only more filters when it comes to account and also lead levels, but different type of filters as well, like groups, for instance, which would have allowed us to target people who are part of specific groups on LinkedIn, HR groups, CSR groups, and this is very, very useful. This is what we also present later on in this academy, how to use those different type of filters. But like, for instance, here we would use the job title filter, extremely important. We would use the industry filter as well, or maybe the current company, or if they talk about a specific topic, or lastly, of course, the location where they are based. All right, let me show you how it works. So first of all, you need to access Waalaxy. The good thing about Waalaxy, it's actually directly a plugin, or it's directly a Google Chrome extension that will directly sync with your LinkedIn profile. Welcome on my dashboard. This is my acceptance rate, response rate. You can look at my lead list already. So this is going to be the first step to create a lead generation list. So for that, I will go on LinkedIn, and here I'm going to write manager. I'm going to choose people, and here all filters I am going to choose in terms of location. I will start with Geneva, and I'm going to choose Vaud, which are two states in the French-speaking part of Switzerland. Then in terms of industry here, I would select banking, investment banking, investment management, sorry, investment banking, and financial services. So those are the four industries that I'm looking for. And here in job title, I go for HR manager, and I could have a look at how many results I have. I have 60 of them. Maybe I go for HR, maybe something a little bit broader. 154 results. Fantastic. And as you can see here on the right, directly, I've got this plugin from Waalaxy that will allow me to generate this list. So here I'm going to create a new one. I'm going to call it Geneva Vaud 154 profile, and maybe finance, create, confirm. Boom. And as you can see, it's already getting started. So in the meantime, I am going to show you how we are going to craft your sequence. What is a sequence? A sequence is first always starting with a LinkedIn connection request to ask them to be part of the network. And if they accept, then you will be able to send them more messages. Maybe after 7 days, you will send touch number 2, which is another message. And if 7 days later they still did not respond to you, you're going to send the message number 2. So this is a cool sequence that I like, but you can do more messages, you can do more time in between messages. You really can do whatever you like. This is my suggestion. For the LinkedIn request, a very nice way to connect with your leads is actually to compliment them on their organization. The goal, of course, is them to accept your request. So you could say, hey, John, what you do at company name is really cool. Looking forward to reading your post and hearing more about your offering. Now for touch 2, message 1, it's very important to state their pain points and introduce your solution and then come with a call to action. You could say, hey, John, so that you are HR manager at Pictet, it must be hard to find the right partner to strengthen employer branding. Finding meaningful initiatives to engage and retain talents must also be challenging. On top of that, employees seek more physical team building activities to spend a good time with their colleagues, especially after the pandemic. Imagine if you could find one solution for all this while acting for biodiversity. Several organizations like the VTO, WEF, Caron Dash did with our nonprofit organization. To protect the bees, they set up beehives on their firm site or adopted them in our apiaries if their office location isn't suitable. We facilitate team building activities with their employees who love the idea. Are you interested in knowing a bit more? So as you can see, first of all, you state the pain points, then you introduce your solution, and finally, you have your call to action. In terms of call to action, this is a interest-based call to action. You ask if they have some interest. You could also have, a meeting-based call to action like, hey, would you like to meet tomorrow or after tomorrow? Apparently, according to Gong, which is a sales intelligence platform who analyzed hundreds of millions of emails with different type of CTAs, this interest-based CTA is the best one. But it's also interesting to change. Maybe for that message you have this one, and maybe for another one you are offering for a phone call or for a meeting and so on. But first, how can you identify their pain points? Well, you could inspire yourself from different type of sources. You could nail them from your conversation with your client. That's, of course, the best way to understand what are the pain points from your prospect. You could also do some market research with 30 leads, and you offer them to receive for free the result of your research. This is fantastic. You contact them and you tell them, look, I'm doing a market research about issues in the HR industry in Switzerland. And if you can give me 5 minutes of your time, you will receive all the results from the conversation I had with every HR manager. And this is a great way to connect with your leads and get some insights from them. You could also discuss with a friend or someone you know that has the same responsibilities as your prospect. And you could also, and this is a good one, explore LinkedIn to find job description presenting the responsibilities required for that job and inspire yourself from them. This is actually the best way to understand what are the pain points from your leads, because the person that is recruiting them, this person will tell them exactly what they are expecting from them. So this is a great way to understand what are their challenges. And also you can use terms like it's not easy to, it's a lot of work, struggle, need help. It can be delicate, it's challenging, one of your concerns, feel pressure. Those are great words to make your prospect feel about the pain they feel about those issues. Now, on touch number 3, it's also cool to offer a proposal that doesn't make sense to refuse, plus a call to action. For instance, hey John, we would be happy to come to meet you at your office. You could discover some of the initiatives and what are the results from our client. Besides, we could evaluate if your office is suitable for the installation of beehives. Does this resonating with you, or is this off topic? You have an interest-based CTA, you are offering them an invite to come and meet them face to face. And this is a fantastic offer because you are actually offering them to meet, to evaluate the feasibility of setting up beehives. You're showing them that you're ready to do the extra mile. If you can already prepare some sort of a draft for them, if you can show them that you have the willingness to understand their situation, their problems, and you can maybe offer a situation that you already tried with other clients. So now coming back to Waalaxy, your list is now ready in your tool. And actually you can use their preset campaign right here, which is invitation plus 2 messages. And it's going to be very easy to set it up by adding your messages. If you want to know what the full academy offers, you will get much more context about how you can get more replies to your outreach by setting up multi-channel campaign using emails and phone calls and LinkedIn. The idea is to get more qualified leads because you are contacting them on different channels and they might be more available by email or by phone call. You will be able also to share more context. You're going to be able to add more personalized images, and you will get able to boost your sales even more. So just to give you some context, the second chapter of this academy is how to generate leads, define better your ICP, define your ICPs with 3 lead generation method, save your time and scrap your results. Then it's everything about building a winning sequence, contact your leads on 2 additional channels, get inspiration from our sequences and our business case, leverage 13 plus personalized elements like text, pictures, or more key elements to craft your messages, how to properly craft messages, and also how to save time responding to your leads using templates, how to organize your leads into the CRM, and much, much more. So if you're interested, get in touch because you will be positively surprised to see what this academy has to offer. Thank you.